That's Maninderjeet Singh Bitta. He was the intended target of Bhullar's terror attack at Raisina Road. Bitta survived. He got shrapnel injuries. Bitta will join us on the show after this verdict. Bitta survived. 9 people, including his security personnel, were killed. Now, this man Bhullar was also suspected to have been involved in another terror attack in 1992. 13 people were killed there. After this terror attack, Bhullar fled to Germany. He sought political asylum there. That was rejected. He was sent back to India. He's been in jail ever since. Majid Memon, senior advocate, now joins me on the show. Also joining me is Headlines Today's Manaman Singh China on the impact in Punjab. Manaman, let me come to you. First, Bhullar perhaps is a test case. There are people who are saying this is a fit case for justice tempered with mercy. He spent a decade and a half in jail. Now his death sentence should be commuted to life. But there are also those who say this man is a terrorist. He's from Khalistan Liberation Force. No leniency should be shown to him. What's the word that you're picking up from ground zero?
Well, Gaurav, up here in Punjab, it is very interesting to note that the two main political parties, rivals, bitter rivals in the state politics, they have absolutely been on the same page as far as Bhullar's plea is concerned. Both Akali Dal and the Congress have gone on record saying that his death sentence should be commuted. The Shiromani Akali Dal petitioned the Prime Minister after the President rejected his mercy petition, and the then Pradesh Congress Committee Chief Captain Amrinder Singh went on record saying that nothing would be served by hanging him and that he should be allowed to spend the rest of his natural life in jail. So a very rare occurrence here in Punjab when both the rival parties, the Akali Dal and the Congress, were absolutely in concurrence. The BJP, of course, went on record saying there should be no mercy shown to a terrorist.
No mercy should be shown to a terrorist. The message that will go down or go out is that India is a soft state on terror. On the other hand, there are also those who say if Bhullar is hanged, he'll become a martyr and more terrorists perhaps will be born. Majid Memon, your take. This will be a landmark judgment.
See, Gaurav, we should not discuss politics. Now, there are politicians who are discussing the pro-Bhullar or anti-Bhullar groups, taking different views. As a lawman, I would only tell Gaurav that in a case like this, what is required to be appreciated is that whether the ends of justice would be met if a person who may have been ultimately found guilty of a very serious offense, falling within the category even of rarest of rare case, could be justifiably hanged after spending 20 years in prison. That's the question. Now, we are not talking about the political fallouts, we are not talking about soft or hard approach. You see, basically, I think, of course, the abolitionists of the death penalty, I am one, that we say that, well, in the modern society, death penalty probably should not be finding any place in the books of statute, but it is still there, and therefore we are still following the death penalty. There is a procedure followed according to law, according to constitution. After the conviction is finally upheld by the highest court of the land, we must not delay.
Yes.
You see, the difficulty is that for whatever reason, if a person is languishing in prison, we are unable to execute, the orders of the highest court of the land for years together. There are instances other than Bhullar where people are taking up this plea that, look here, death sentence was awarded to me, say 10 years, 15 years ago, and if you are proposing to hang me now, means you are giving me double punishment of imprisonment for a very long term.
Exactly.
And that death sentence which is not what the law prescribes.
And that is exactly the plea that even Bhullar's family is taking. This is the two pleas. There are two basic pleas, Majid Memon. And, as a legal eagle, please shed light on this. Is this a case of double jeopardy? He's already undergone a life in prison. And now, if death sentence is actually carried out, then it will be two punishments for one crime. Point one. Point two, his wife has submitted that he's been in jail for so long, he's already become mentally deranged, and In the constitution, there is no provision to hang a mentally retarded or a mentally deranged man.
Now, Gaurav, see, there is sufficient substance in this plea, this argument that, well, if I have committed a crime for which the law prescribes a certain amount of punishment, which is very expressly provided by law under the constitution, under the penal laws. Now, I cannot be subject to double punishment in the sense that you keep me in prison for several years, say more than 10, 15, 20 years, and then you say that, well, now the punishment would start, then what about the punishment that I have already suffered?
Yes.
This certainly is a very arguable, forceful point that it would amount to dual jeopardy. Now, second point that you have raised, that his wife is saying, that if a person is mentally sick or physically not fit,
Yes.
the law does not permit his execution to take place at all. But he should not be pretending. You see, there may be cases of people pretending, false excuses, that, well, in order to escape the news, I would pretend to be sick. He has to be certified, to the satisfaction of the authorities, that the man is not fit to be taken to gallows. Then in that event, the law does not permit such person to be subjected to hanging.
This verdict that will come in a while from now will be a landmark judgment. It will have a massive impact on several other cases, including Veerappan AIDS and Rajiv Gandhi's assassins. We'll talk about that in greater detail during the course of this show and during the rest of the day. But one question, Manaman, is there fear, and you've been speaking to your sources in the intelligence agencies, is there fear in Punjab if Bhullar is hanged, then perhaps other terrorists could be born? That is one plea. Those who want his death sentence to be commuted to life, that's a plea that they're taking.
Gaurav, as far as the groundswell is concerned, on ground in Punjab, there is very little support for militancy. But of course, there are attempts made off and on to revive militancy in Punjab, for which the Punjab police has gone on record on several occasions. And of course, abroad, in Canada, in UK, in USA, there are proactive Khalistani elements who are still functioning very much with tacit support from across the border from the ISI in Pakistan, and they are willing to pump in money, men and material in order to foster militancy again in Punjab.
Yes.
So as far as the intelligence agencies are concerned, yes, there is a fear that this hanging of Bhullar, and for that matter also of Rajwana, which may subsequently happen, this may be taken advantage of by such forces in order to foster trouble, foment trouble in Punjab.
Okay, stay on with me. Majid Memon, is the government callous then in not deciding on such cases? And there is merit when the Supreme Court suggests that there should be a time frame that such cases, mercy petitions sent to the president, should be decided in a certain time frame, or the sentence should be carried out.
No, it's high time. We have been confronted with this kind of a peculiar situation where we fear that ultimately our inaction on the part of the authorities would amount to miscarriage of justice. If such a situation arises, which has now become a raging debate throughout the country in matters of various, petitions which are pending before either the Supreme Court or before the President of India. Such matters are the matters of urgency for more than one reason.
Yes.
You see, it has a twofold message that has to be sent down across in furtherance of our effective criminal justice system. A is that such offenders who commit grievous crimes, such crimes which are classified ultimately by the highest court of the land, falling within the rarest of rare cases.
Yes.
Such criminals, such offenders, why, if they are awarded the sentence, why should they be permitted to live for long thereafter? Why that execution must not take place immediately? A, and B, that a message has to be sent across, as far as terror offenses are concerned, that other terrorists would, now what is happening is that the other terrorists who are outside the reach of clutches of law,
yes,
are also probably feeling that what happens ultimately, the man languishes in prison, he remains alive for years together, even the next generation sees him. So definitely there is urgency in the matter. Such matters without loss of time should be disposed of and must see the aid.
Yes. Okay. Okay, I need to slip into a break at this stage. This is a story we'll be tracking very closely. Majid Mehman, Manavan Singh Cheena, stay on with me. A quick break. We'll come back to our top story. Will we see justice tempered with mercy in a while from now? Or as Bitta is saying, and Bitta is going to join us in a while from now, as he says, show no mercy to a terrorist. He's killed 9 people in Delhi. He was suspected of other terror attacks. Terrorists should not be shown any mercy.